My name is Chris. Thank you for joining me today. I'm the Algo Man here on TikTok, and in today's recap of the NASDAQ 100 futures, we're doing something we haven't done in a while. We're bringing it back to the micro NASDAQ chart right here. That's right, because we're dusting off the old micro NASDAQ 100 and running both SIMO and Predicmo to see how these bad boys performed in today's session. Now, first things first. As always, we begin where the smart money starts, and that's in the last 30 minutes of yesterday's session right here, okay? Well, not yesterday's, but Friday's session. You know what I mean, okay? It was Friday's session right there, guys, okay? That's where the DNA of this morning's open is buried, guys. And and if you look at this right here, guys, you could see that momentum had fallen and it had actually gone below the threshold right there. Cycle was also falling as well. Okay, so if you've got both momentum falling, cycle falling, and you've also got the price here, which is the green line, falling as well, what type of open do you think this is gonna tell us? Okay, so here we pulled up our cycle chart. Okay, it's loaded with SIMO, okay, and we're breaking down exactly what cycle and momentum were telling us at the close on Friday. That's what we're focused on and what we're looking at right here where I've got the red arrows, okay? Now, let me ask you, was the market winding up for a breakout or potentially setting a trap right here? So what we need to do, guys, is we don't need to read between the lines because we can see this quite clear. That momentum was down and cycle was also down below the zero line. Not only that, but momentum was down below the threshold, okay? Very strong indication that the market was likely to open downward, okay? That right there whispered the whole plan of what was to happen right at the open, okay? Now, once we get clarity on the open, I'm going to go ahead and walk through a few of the standout trade opportunities we caught using Predicmo on the M&Q chart today. And by the way, guys, Predicmo here is our new forward-looking algorithm that projects 2 bars into the future. And we're going to showcase exactly how it handled today's conditions, where it excelled and how it helped confirm entries, and what it taught us about timing trades with precision. All right, so without any further delay, I'm going to go ahead and jump on this right now. And we're going to do this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bingo, let's go. This is going to be played back at 10 times the speed of the market. And I'm going to go ahead and walk you through all the way till maybe about noontime today to see how Predicmo performed in today's environment on the M&Q. This is the first bar of the open right there. And we're going to let this bad boy shake out just normally the way we do it. Okay, we never trade the first bar of the open. Okay, and you've got both the predictor and you've got the price falling, but more importantly than that, guys, you've also got momentum all the way down here as well. Okay, and you've got what appears to be a complete rotation right here with cycle all the way up, and it looks like it's coming. This is the end of this move here to the downside right there, guys. And not only that, but you're also in exhaustion mode right smack right there with Predicmo. So next bar up,
order filled.
Okay, that's where you jump into the trade. And this is the M&Q charts, guys. So I am only using 5 contracts on the M&Q. I'm not going gun-ho crazy on this in any way whatsoever. So remember where your exits are at with Predicmo, guys. Normally, the exit would happen right here. But what just happened? What just happened right here is we had price break out of the region Y threshold. And if price breaks out of the region Y threshold, you probably have a little bit more meat on the bone on this trade. So you're going to wait for the second rotation before exiting the position, okay? And the second rotation is going to happen when the predictor, the orange line, crosses above the zero line and comes back down right there, okay? So let's see how that happens. Now, we did have a nice liftoff right here with both cycle and momentum to the upside, which was really clean, and momentum is also in what appears to be trend mode right there as well, okay? Here we have the second rotation in Predicmo going above the zero line, and let's see where that ends. The moment it crosses below, that is the end of the rotation to the upside, at least for now. Okay, and there it is right there, guys, okay?
Order filled.
That would be your clip. Bingo right there. That's where that trade ends. Now, look at this as well. The price line is right there, right at the cusp of the region Y threshold. If it is that close and you're getting a second rotation to the upside, these are not high probability moves. Now, I went ahead and posted a couple of examples of this over in the charts setup channel in our Discord for you guys to have a closer look, and I highly encourage you to go over there and look at the charts I posted today to understand that these moves, whenever Predicmo goes above the zero line, and you've got price right here at the cusp of the region Y about to go down, those are not high probability moves to the downside.
Order filled.
This might be another potential move to the upside. Why? Because price is still above zero. We just had the predictor go above the zero line right there, guys. That's an entry to the upside as well. Momentum is still elevated here with SIMO. Let's see where this goes. The moment this actually crosses below the zero line, that is the end of that trade. And there you go, right there.
Order filled.
That's the end of the trade, guys. You see when the predictor just crossed below the zero line, you're done, okay? That's how that works. And I promise I'll get to your questions after I'm done with the demo. I'm only going to run this till 12 noon here on the timer. And after I'm done, I will go ahead and get to your questions, okay? Your Q&A. And momentum also came down here with SIMO telling you that the momentum swing to the upside is over as well. We had a little bit of a trend right there. You saw the VWAP turn green, and now it turned orange again, telling you that price is back in cycle mode once more. Now, this is the pivot trade right here, okay? And pivot trades are typically very short-lived, okay? This right here is a pivot trade, guys, and you need to watch out for these type of trades because they are typically very short-lived. This is what I mean by a pivot trade right here, okay? When both cycle and momentum all of a sudden pivot up, your trade, your exit would have been right here at the cross, which would have been at this bar. So I typically don't like to take pivot trades, so I intentionally skip this one because these are not very high probability trades. But it's good that you understand how to recognize them in the process of what you're doing as well. So it looks like price is rolling back into our 15 bar VWAP right here. And we know that whenever price rolls in the 15 bar VWAP, it tends to get a little bit noisy. This 15 bar VWAP is an area where you kind of want to sit on your hands and let price shake out. Right here, inside this blue band. So we don't try to force trades. We let the trades come to us once we actually see that market structure is in our favor. And we also get a good signal here with Predicmo, okay? And right now, price is inside this 15-bar VWAP. It's not going anywhere except bouncing around, doing nothing, consolidating. Look at this. So this calls for patience, guys, to make sure that you don't force a trade when you don't need to force a trade. You're still inside this 15-bar VWAP right there. Unless you actually break out of this, then great. We might potentially take a trade. This might be a breakout bar. We got both cycle and momentum coming down. This is coming down. Let's see what happens. We'll take an experimental trade here to the downside. And I'm taking this to the downside because you had both cycle and momentum kind of pivot down right there. So this might be a very, very short trade. See, we had a little pivot right there. Actually not. It was at the inflection point. This bad boy was already down. And this here came below as well. So maybe perhaps this will go another round. We shall see right now. This looks like round 2 right here. Bingo. Okay, second rotation. First rotation is there. Second rotation is right here. And that's it right there, guys.
Order filled.
Okay, bingo. Just crossed above the zero line. And right there, you can pretty much say, hey, you know what? I'm going to get out of this trade and be done with it, guys. So good spot right there for you guys to blow out of the trade. Wouldn't be a bad idea. No, actually, you're on time, Age. I'm the one who was late today, and I apologize for that. It took me about a half hour to get everything set up and ready here on my screen because we were doing a ping test to make sure we didn't have any packet loss and to ensure that we were going to have a solid connection when I came on with you guys today. So if anything, I'm the one who was actually a half hour late. So you're definitely on time. We just got started. We're only about at 11 a.m. right now, and we're going to run this maybe about another few minutes till about 12 noon here and see what comes out of today's session, okay? So I totally missed this trade to the upside. I was actually looking at something else when I did this, but this would have been another clean trade to the upside, which would have began here and ended right here the moment that Predicmo crossed below the zero line, which was right here at this bar. So can't get them all. It's actually free, Spooky Man, for 7 days. And the pricing is noted on the link in my bio. I'm actually the developer, so you know, you can look at the link in my bio and get all the information from there. Okay. Silent noise. No, you're not late, buddy. I was just letting H know that I'm the one who was late. I actually started the stream maybe about 17 minutes ago because we were doing a ping test to ensure that we had that we were going to have a quality stream today, unlike we did the other day when it was crashing consistently on Wednesday. So we got that done. We got everything fixed that had to get fixed, and we're back in business, guys. So we are right here at the cusp. We got momentum down, cycle up, and we've got the predictor. And this bad boy looks, oh, you know what?
Order filled.
Let's see if that's going to run anywhere. You got this bad boy going down right there. You've got price breaking out there. Let's see if there's any run in this at all. And you already had the first rotation right here. And there was nothing there because you were inside the 15 bar VWAP. And that's it, guys. Not
Order
a lot
filled.
of meat on the bone on that trade. I clipped it for like a $70 win right there. Oops. Also, check this out, guys. We're very close to the 80 bar VWAP right here. So you got to be very mindful. Whenever you see this bad boy creeping up like this, keep an eye on it, okay? Very important price consideration right there. 80 bar VWAP acts as a wall. And there's only two possible outcomes when price hits the 80 bar VWAP. And you guys know, it either breaks or it bounces. Nothing else. Well, we're still a little bit far from the 80 bar VWAP, but we'll keep an eye on it. So for those guys who are new and this is the first time you've visited us on TikTok, welcome. I'm glad you guys are here. Oh, hit the 80 bar VWAP right here, guys. Look at this. Right smack right here. Will it break or will it bounce? This VWAP right here, guys, isn't your standard VWAP. This is something that I designed that is a VWAP on steroids, okay? It's designed for the type of market we have in 2025. The orange VWAP changes color whenever the market is cycling. It remains orange, and whenever the market begins to trend, it turns red, okay? Whenever price is inside the orange bands, the market is said to be cycling. Whenever it goes outside of the orange bands, the market is said to be trending. The blue VWAP inside is to capture areas of consolidation and to help you avoid areas like this where you're almost guaranteed you're going to lose money in a trade. The 80 bar VWAP, which is represented by the green line, this solid line and the dashed line on top, measures the last 160 minutes of activity on a chart, but very specific activity that lets you know when price is either going to break or bounce. And you saw what happened right here. It hit the 80 bar VWAP. And remember the two outcomes. It either breaks or bounces. Well, it didn't break. It bounced. Look at this right there. All right. And that's what it does. And it helps you really avoid thinking that price is actually going to go down when it's really going to bounce, and the blue VWAP helps you avoid areas of consolidation as well. So it's a very helpful tool to help you navigate the markets. So again, you're right here at the 80 bar VWAP, okay? And this is really not going anywhere right now. Let's see if this actually closes below it or what happens. Yeah, look at this. Didn't even close below it. It closed right between the 80 bar VWAP and the 15 bar VWAP, which is the blue line right there, guys. Something looks like it might happen. Anytime, here's a very important observation. Anytime the 80 bar VWAP crosses with the 15 bar VWAP, you typically get a change of some type of, in price. So we're very close to seeing that cross right here. If it happens, we'll definitely keep an eye on it, okay? Okay, we got cycle and we've got momentum both coming down right here. Check this out. And we've got momentum also down below zero. Oops, we just had the predictor go above the zero line right there. So it's not yet time to pull the trigger. But look at this. The 80 bar VWAP just crossed right there, guys, with the 15 bar VWAP. So there's something's going to happen right now. You just had a little bit of a pivot trade there. We're not going to run after pivot trades, and then now it just came back down right there. Okay, so let's see what happens with price. If price ends up moving down, we will take that as a short. That is definitely
order filled.
Short right there. It broke below the 15 bar VWAP, the 80 bar VWAP as well. And here we go. Let's see what happens right here. Okay, this bad boy looks like it's breaking down right there. We'll just keep it there and wait to see where he goes. Alrighty, guys, let's see what we got going on here. Okay, we've got trend mode right there. We've got the beginning of cycle number one right here. That's cycle number one. This is the end of cycle number one right there. This is the beginning of cycle number two right there. And this looks to me like a second rotation here to the downside with Predictive. So let's see where that ends. All right, looks like you actually did get a crossing right there above the zero line. Let's see, I'm going to just make sure we do get a crossing there. And yeah, that is a crossing right there. That's it, guys, right there.
Order filled.
The end. And let's see if we get a pull up with these bad boys. If we do, then, yep, right there. That is
order filled.
Your short covering rally. That's going to happen. Okay, so you got this bad boy going up. You got Predictive above the zero line. You've got liftoff here with cycle, and now you've got liftoff with momentum as well over here, okay?
Wow, did you see that? That's what you call precision.
Yeah, you can actually go to the trend chart as well. And give me just a second to get out of this trade right there.
Order filled.
Bingo, okay? Now, this trade right here, guys, it rolled right back into the 15 bar VWAP. You got a crossing right here below the zero line from the predictor, and you're also at the top of the 15 bar VWAP right there, okay? I'm going to give it just a couple of more bars so you can see exactly how that would have played out if you would have stood in the trade. And that would have been it right there, guys. If you would have stood in the trade, you would have left a lot of money on the table, because this would have taken it back right there. Right there, okay, guys? So let me go ahead and stop it right there for you guys to see how this whole thing played out in today's session, all the way from beginning all the way to end. Now, for our existing subscribers, here's your challenge. Load up the M&Q chart, replay today's session, follow the same trades we just walked through in this recap, plot them, screenshot them, and send them if you want feedback. This is an exercise in process refinement. Not just copy the trades, but to sharpen your instincts using the same tools, same settings, same environments. This is how you level up, okay? And for everyone else, let's keep it real. You said that this was going to be your year. We're halfway through it, and you're still using outdated tools? Still trading based on hope and hindsight, ICT concepts? Still reacting instead of anticipating? Then it's time to pivot. The tools you see in this recap, SIMO and Predictive and the VWAP, were built for this market, not yesterday's market, not textbook market theory. This market right now. You want tools that adapt, tools that learn, tools that give you the edge that you can feel. We got forward-looking analysis, cycle and momentum clarity, zero guesswork. You got built-in confirmation logic, and a full community inside our members-only Discord. So guys, sign up for the 7-day free trial. Get the exact same tools that powers every trade in this recap, okay? You'll also get a free two free one-on-one onboarding sessions with me, and access to our live replays and support to help you make the most of every session, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and just pause it there and answer any questions you guys might have in the comment box.